All right, good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm a little late here. Let's go over the markets, kind of see what happened on the announcement of non-farm payroll this morning. U.S. dollar looks like it came up to the 92.64 level that I called out on Monday, and looks like we're finding some resistance at that point. Not sure if we'll shoot up through this or not. We got equal highs here that price may want to get to, but depending on how strong this is, kind of expecting price come back down into this area a little bit. But we're kind of right at that top, and we'll see what happens there. We retest it. If it comes up, swings above this high and rejects it, and starts working our way down, we'll be looking at the 91.80 again, 91.75 level on the downside on dollar. Dollar yen, we were in this consolidation. We popped up above it. Never quite made it to the 110.50 level. Looks like we're working our way down. Might try testing this 108.25 level again. So that would be the next downside objective that I would be interested in if it continues down. We came up above, broke down, we're coming back up and kind of testing this area right now. So we'll see if we find some resistance here in our push down. Gold still hasn't, it swept our low that we talked about, and it still hasn't broken down below it yet. It came back up and retested this consolidation. So it looks like it's finding some resistance there, so we might get another push down, which would be nice. If it breaks down below this low and starts trading below it, my next objective would be the 12.75 level. So we'll swatch gold, and hopefully next week it starts getting below here and we'll get some trades to the downside on this. Euro dollar is still pushing down. We made it into this consolidation. It's testing the lower half of it right now, the lower bottom of that consolidation. So these equal lows down here, just like dollar has where was it? Equal highs here. Euro has those equal lows. So we might see a push down through this, and we'll be targeting the 1.165 level would be our downside objective on this if we keep seeing downside movement. You still could see some consolidation here. We have this consolidation area, little consolidation, then maybe a push down. Pound is still very weak, still pushing down. So it broke through our levels. So we have this low right here. Looks like it'll probably push down to that today at the 1.345 level. Never came back up into our little consolidation area here to look for a short. So it's pretty bearish right now. We have equal lows kind of right here that we could target, and then obviously this area down here. So there's definitely downside objective on the pound right now, and yeah, I really actually like I don't know, this is pretty weak. You might see some really nice movement on the downside here. We have nice targets. All these lows could be targets for the downside movement, and price could come up maybe next week if we don't break down too far back up into this area, this low, and that would not be a bad idea, a bad place to look for a short. In between these lines here, we might see some consolidation though. We'll see what happens in here. Price might consolidate a little bit, kind of like this, and then we'll break lower and get down below these lows. And S&P mini, we're still in this, hot kind of wedge formation here. Higher time frame consolidation. We're bumping up on the bottom of it. So we'll see if this can finally break down a little bit. And again, on the downside, I'm targeting these lows right here. Down at the 25, 33 level, 30 level, somewhere in there would be good downside objective. But we got to break down below this and show some sort of movement below. Right now we're just up and down in here, and we wicked down below it yesterday, and then we came back above it. So we'll see what happens here. If we break down below this low and hold, then we'll get that movement down there. Other than that, we may just get rejection and start testing these areas up in this 4-hour chart. Yeah, we're right at that's trend line is it is what it is. It's just a trend line that I didn't even draw it correctly, so it doesn't really, I don't put a lot of weight on it. I just kind of put it on there for visual sake, not for support and resistance. But so we have this low right here. So watch this area. What price is this? 26.13. So looks like we're going to sweep this little 1-hour low here. 50-minute chart. Could come down to this consolidation. We'll see what happens here. If it comes down, find some support. I really actually like a long. I mean, look at all these equal highs here. So this would actually be, if it comes down, you find support, I actually would be looking for a little bit of a long for a day trade up into this area. We have equal highs here. Just barely swept that. So there's really nice upside targets on this currency pair, or on the ES right now. But we are in this consolidation, and we're in the lower half of it. So that's definitely the time you want to be looking for those longs. All right, well, that's it, guys. Really, really short. Just want to lay out some ideas. Didn't really look like a whole lot. Let's get down a lower time frame. Came down, testing this high. So dollar, yeah, watch this high, see what happens here. If we get a rejection, we might be coming back down and taking out these lows. And that's something you want to look for on the S&P also. If we get rejection here and it comes down, that means S&P will probably go up a little bit. Gold. Yeah, I think gold's going to push down. I'm looking for lower prices on gold, so we'll see what happens here. All right, guys. Happy Friday. You probably wait a little bit more on the trading if you're going to trade today. I like, let's see, FOMC was just not quite an hour ago. So we might start getting our movement here pretty soon. Within the next hour, you can start looking for some trades without getting too caught up in all the crazy movement. But watch this high-end dollar, see if that rejects. All right, guys, have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.